Hey Queens, welcome back to my channel. So if you haven't seen me before, hi! My name is Lulu. You are here stumbling across my lovely YouTube channel. Now I know what you're gonna say. If you have been here before, you're gonna say, babe, where the hell have you been? It's like 2.5 months, you've not done nothing. And my response to that is, I know. I can't help that. 2020's been a shit year for everyone, and they got to a point where I just didn't feel like being fun anymore. And we all get like that. Even people as crazy and as whack-jobbed as me still have a down day. That's gonna be a separate video. But today I wanna focus on something very, very exciting. So, my wonderful girlfriends, the lovely Little Mix, hi if you're watching. If you don't know who Little Mix are, then you must be living under a rock since 2011, because the girls were formed in 2011 on the 8th series of the UK X Factor. Ooh, ooh. They were put together during the show, and now it's their chance to find new global success on their new show, Little Mix The Search. I'm gonna be doing a little Luview of the show itself. I'm gonna try and chat to the girls, hopefully, and get some responses from them in the next coming weeks about the show and how they came to make it. But before then, I wanna just give you my opinion. Just so you know, obviously we've got a subscribe, a comment, and a like button. Feel free to throw anything you want down there, and I'm sure I'll have a look at them as soon as I can. Also, you've got my Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok just here. And I am going to be starting my new podcast coming very, very soon to Spotify and Apple Music called Lounging with Lulu. If you want to get more information on that, there is going to be a little bit in the description box below. So now, without further ado, let's get into this video. Okay, so the first thing I noticed about this show is it's a very similar. I need wine. It's a different setup to some of the usual sort of talent shows out there, BGT, X Factor, all of those kind of shows, which do show a variety of great talent, but also a variety of not so great talent. And what's really amazing, we live in a world now where people on TikTok are becoming famous singers and releasing albums on Spotify just because of the amount of reach you can get from being someone great and having the support base around you. And what's really amazing, and what I found from watching this first episode, which we'll be reviewing very shortly, is everyone has been handpicked by the girls to come in and showcase their talents to be part of these bands. They are going to be creating 6 different groups throughout this whole experience of Little Mix The Search. They're going to have a boy band, a girl vocal group, a girl dance group, a mixed group, a vocal and instrument group, and a rap R&B group. So there are going to be the 6 categories that people will get split into. And each episode, it seems, is a different category. So today we're going to be doing the review of the boy bands. So they are going to be searching for a band to be on tour with them for their newest tour, which is called Confetti. Pre-sale is on now. I'm going to do a bit of promo. Free promo never hurts. You're welcome, girls. Mwah. It's the pre-sale, I believe, is for the tour and also the album, which is coming as well. So let's all get very excited for that. Thank you very much. Let's dive straight in. So, one of my favourite moments actually, right at the beginning, is where Jade turns around and spots someone in the audition process on all the video clips that have been sent in. A little boy in his dressing gown. I say little boy, he could be like 21. But I'm 31 soon, and anyone below the age of that is technically classed as very young. There's like a guy in his dressing gown, and she's like, is he in his dressing gown? I was like, oh my god, I spotted that as well, jokes. But what I think is really funny is, I then thought that he was going to do a reveal, because I've been watching so much Drag Race during 2020, just to like try and keep my mind at ease. I was hoping it was going to be like, cut, boom, and it'd be like, I don't know, he'd show something else, but it did look like he probably had pajamas on underneath. But hell, if he did a reveal to like a Marvel Universe print, I mean, why not? There's been worse reveals on RuPaul's Drag Race, so get it, queen. Before I talk about any of the auditionees that come into the room, can we just appreciate, if you'd seen it, the room decor and interior? I don't know who, I'm just gonna do this for a while. I don't know who styled it and designed it or wanted the colours, but that peachy, pinky, different kind of like palette with like the sweets and the big like couch, it was very nice and almost quite an informal vibe, which I think is really lovely for this show and the girls to do. It's not like a panel of judges sitting there with the buzzers and or behind a desk and stuff. It was just them lounging on a couch, listening and vibing with the auditionees. Is auditionees a word? It is now. So the girls also have another room separate to their audition room called the First Look Room, where all the contestants all walk in, there's the mirror there, and it's very this. Which I would totally be doing. If someone hadn't told me there was a camera in there, I'd probably be doing worse. I'd probably be like, boom, boom. Like, I'd probably get kicked off the show within the first 2 minutes. So the first in the room is a guy called Adam. He's an electrician. He's like fit, take a moment of silence for how beautiful he is. Like boy band beautiful. He's a proper lad, electrician. He calls himself a Sparky. He's a bit of like a ladies' man, probably. And the girls actually say to him when he enters the room, they're like, you remind us of Justin Timberlake. And he's like, who? And I was like, Justin Timberlake. They're young. What can I say? I'm old. I still got Nina Simone playing. What? Anyway, so I was very shook at that. I was very shook at the fact that he didn't know that. But he might have like misheard them and stuff. Like I'm sure he knows. If you sang him a couple of songs, which they did try to, and he was like, nope. Which I thought was really funny of Jesy and Jade being like, you know this one, dirty pop, and he was like, nope. This is Adam's first audition ever, he says. And for someone whose first audition it is, he's definitely got a lot of confidence in a great way and not an arrogant way. Definitely like a ladies' man, going up to the stage, being like, hey, how you doing, girls? Which I was fully up for. He's so fit. And I've already started following him on Instagram, so feel free to follow me back. I will give you my P.O. box address, and by that I mean my P.O. box, and maybe we can hook up. Just saying. I'm sure the 4 people that watch this video would like to see that on OnlyFans. So he sings Lewis Capaldi's Hold Me While You Wait. A few little shakes here and there, but what are you gonna do? The pressure is on, so I completely get the shakes. Completely get them. I get the shakes usually, but it's just because I've drank too much vodka. He was doing the very like, smiling, did the lick of the lips thing, that like vibe. I can't do it because I'm not attractive. He was like, hold me while you wait. I was like, I will hold you while I wait for the Uber that comes to take you back to mine. All right. Anyway, he sounds really lovely and he gets 4 yeses. So he heads into the new room, which is like the band holding area room of all the successful contestants. Next up, we have someone called Leigh, a wonderful, another little cutie. He is a labourer. Now, I wrote in labourer on Google, and actually what I found was loads of dogs. But then I realised I wrote in Labrador. And I was like, this is why he made me the way I am today. So if I need any housework done, I'm going to be calling a Labrador. Now, I completely get what Leigh says in his audition. He says he has like slight awkward or social situations he finds himself really hard like talking in. He's a yes-no person. I completely understand where he's coming from, and we just want to see him succeed, which is ultimately what all these contestants have been put on the show for. There's none of this like, nothing, I'm lazy at the moment type attitude, which I'm really happy about because it just showcases talent, and that's what 2020 should be doing. From here onwards, let's showcase brilliance and not laugh at people that are just trying to make a quick buck on television by pretending to be bad or just are bad, that are being pushed through by production. Everyone knows what I'm talking about when I talk about the production side. So he sings Tom Walker's Better Half of Me. Nice voice. I felt like I was on the judges panel with them watching the show. I was like, oh my God, I completely agree with you, Jesy. I completely agree with you, Perrie. 100% Leigh-Anne, I'm with you. Jade, sign me up. I completely was just about to take the words out of your mouth. Like, that was me. One thing I actually really did agree with was Perrie saying the diction thing. It is a new trend, and I know exactly what trend she's talking about, and I wanted to text her and be like, babe, it's this. It's that diction thing, like the Ellie Goulding sounding voices, which is a really interesting new kind of like British way of singing. So that type of style that instead of singing like tonight, they'll be like tonight, night, night. It's like, and like better half of me. Like, I'm not gonna go full out vocals because I'm well no, because I didn't audition. There wasn't enough spaces in the girl group. But up, cut. I don't know why I do these videos. People are so over this. So Leigh gets his 4 yeses and he heads straight into the band room to meet Adam. So before the next auditionee comes in, the girls start talking about scents that they're wearing. And I'm so into this because I am 100% that person that will take out like 2 sprays, a roll-on deodorant, a perfume, and like a small little something that I can just like tap. But I will like get off the train and as I'm getting up to the restaurant, be like, and then like go in and then they're like, you smell amazing. I'm like, I know, right? The next guy to walk in is a guy called Casey. He was potentially destined to be a professional football player. I can completely relate. But unfortunately, due to injury, he found his way into music and just realized that maybe actually music was a path that he could actually fit into. So super happy that he did that because he's got such a cool vibe. Really love this guy. They show clips actually of his audition tape and his sisters are like running past the camera. He's like, are you crazy? Like, what are you doing getting in my way? And I'm like, thank God people don't run across this camera because you'd see a different side of me. You've never seen a half of me. Share. Oh. Casey says he wants to bring some sauce to the group, which I'm super happy about. That kind of like swagger and the coolness and the freshness and not this like standing in front of a mic stand, boy band style. Very cool and calm and just like, I've got you on this journey with me and you're going to enjoy it. And I love that vibe. It's such a cool vibe. He definitely has that. Great thing about his audition is he actually added his own verse. He sings AJ Tracey, Ladbroke Grove. One of the iconic things of this performance is he does one of the AJ raps and then does his own sauce and flavour and throws his own rap in for the second verse. And the girls go wild. And I was as well. I was in my bed like... because I watch everything in bed because I'm lazy at the moment. He did say in his audition he wanted to bring the sauce and songwriting, but his dancing's a bit off. Now listen, Casey, I worked for Gary Barlow, all right? You know, although the only sauce that Gary Barlow could bring to a barbecue is probably mayonnaise. So Casey gets 4 yeses and moves into the band room. The next contestant is a guy called Santino. So Santino says in his audition tape that he wants to be one of those people that rise from the stage and then have like knickers thrown at him. And I was like, I've had that happen to me. Similar. I've had a similar story happen to me. It was actually in Vauxhall and it was just dirty jockstraps throwing at me. His full name is Santino Valentino. He knows a little bit of Italian, but if I'm honest, Santino Valentino could be definitely like a cocktail, a pop star, or a star. And to be honest, either one of those choices is good for me. They all make money. He did also spit some Italian vibes out to Jade. He called her a beautiful woman. I do know a little bit of Italian myself. I do work with a few Italians. They have taught me some really wonderful things. Pompino, baciami culo, suca, accendino, incinta. All words that I'm always going to use, obviously. And my favourite is obviously una bicchiere di vodka Coca-Cola con ghiaccio per favore. Which means I'd like a vodka with Coca-Cola with ice and a straw. So all of my sentences are basically used to get me either like a hookup or a drink, and I'm happy with it. Santino sings Maroon 5's Memories, and he has this gorgeous falsetto tone in him, which Jesy completely sees as well. I can see him like in the band taking the end of the bridge, doing like the da-da-da-da-da, and you're like, oh, okay. I can't wait for the comments to say in this, good job you did an audition. I'm just happy for that. I've already said it, you can't say it again. However, when it does come to the voting, Jade and Jesy do give him a yes, but unfortunately Perrie and Leigh-Anne do say no. Also, Leigh-Anne shares then one of her secrets about putting barbecue sauce in her spag bowl, and the other girls go a bit crazy, but you know what, Leigh-Anne, I think I'm gonna side with you. Not every time, but I've definitely had or been made a spag bowl that has had barbecue sauce in it, and I think it does give it a little bit of a vibe. So I do, yeah. Not every spag bowl, but I've definitely had like, I would say 2 in my life that had barbecue sauce, so I'm with you. With you. Next up is Elliot from Oldham. He is like a cheeky chappy northerner jokes personality. Like personality is at a 10. He has a real cheeky smile when he sings, and he does the boy band wink, the girls call it, when they sing and he winks. And he actually says later on that he thought he had a twitch going on, and it's totally there. I completely get it. I remember I was told off when I auditioned for X Factor. Louis Walsh told me that I do too many Mariah hands when I sing, and it's because it's the nervous thing of trying to touch the notes when I'm hitting them. So I'm like I'm just like closing my eyes and doing this the whole time. So I just look like a bit of a dickhead, really. He gets 4 yeses and also heads straight into the band room. There's actually a great moment that happens here with the boys now backstage. So some of the boys are now chatting about, are they dancers? Can they dance? Are they just singers? Are they just rappers? And I think this is a really important conversation to have. Girl groups within the music industry seem to have to do everything, or women in general, unfortunately, have to be singers, dancers, performance artists. The music videos have to be like on point, like 7-minute long feature film video they have to shoot to keep current and cool and in vogue as they would be. You know what I mean? Like, over the years in the music industry, that it doesn't seem to have gotten any better for boy bands to have to step their pussies up to the same level as the females. Females are rocking the industry because they have to do so much. Whereas boy bands can kind of just walk around a stage for the whole time. Whereas you see my girls Little Mix giving you like constant 8s of choreography nearly in every up-tempo song, and then have to then stand there and sing a full ballad, then get back into like another outfit and do another full like 8 counts of 8 choreography. It's like, that is artistry for me. So girls, hands down, yes for you. Tallis is up next, a boy from Wales. He performs in local pubs until his mum falls asleep in the corner, which is super cute of her. But he does say it's either to do with his singing or the drinking. I'm gonna go with the drinking. You're all good because your voice is gorgeous. Because as we hear, he sings Shawn Mendes' Treat You Better, and it does sound really lovely. The boys backstage say they can kind of see him being the Liam Payne of the group. I don't really know what that means. Whether that means he's gonna audition for this and then in 10 years have a child with one of the girls. This isn't a shady video. That was a shady comment. Forget she said that. Cute though. Next up is a guy called ZK. ZK is, I think, probably my favourite audition of the day. He had like a real swag about him. He was super cute, just like real fresh looking. He comes in and he tells a nice story about how he met Stormzy in a chicken shop in London, and Stormzy was happy to listen to one of his tracks, which I think is so cool. So ZK sings Macklemore and Ryan Lewis's track Can't Hold Us, featuring Ray Dalton. He actually starts off with this gorgeous little riff at the top. I can't remember what it is now, but it's very delightful. It's something like whoo, something like that. Whoo! I don't know. I'm making shit up. He also changes the melodies up, and I love this when singers kind of just change a little bit up. They don't go crazy and just start riffing and running all over things, and you're like, where's the original melody line? But he definitely showcased a little bit of his talent by throwing in a couple of riffs and runs. He also did this cute little footwork moment, cat, kitty, cat, kitty, cat, kitty, cat, kitty, 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 and I was like, yes, yes, yes. I was like dancing with him. I was like, get it, Mary! Get it, Mary. Cat, kitty, cat, kitty, cat, go, 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 go. I was like living for him. So ZK, you really, really pulled it out of the bag for this. So the girls now talk to the success stories that have got through, the 10 finalists in The Boys. They need to be whittled down to potentially 5 or 4 guys. And they're going to be going to a rehearsal room 2 days later to work with the girls on a little number before they do their final concert performance. So 2 days later, they're in the studio with the girls. And what's really lovely about this is when the guys are going through the rehearsal point of view, the girls are all giving loads of good constructive criticism about what's going on. So they're talking about, can you be maybe like a bit more punchier in the melody line? And if you're doing the harmony, you need to bring yourself back and da-da-da. It's all stuff that as being in a band, you do talk about and go, right, we need to push this. Can we lay off the backing vocal a bit? And can we, it's great. And I think the way that they're doing this show just shows that how talented and amazing they are as a girl group compared to, you know, judges that sit there with no musical experience, only judging experience. You have 3 guys that unfortunately don't make it, which is Kevin, Tyrese, and Mitchell. The hardest thing about the concert performance is you have to make sure that you're standing out within the group itself to get yourself known, but also you have to work within a group, you know? You can't be in a band and just be like, it's me all the time. It has to be us, and then you take a me section every now and then, you know? But ultimately, you're a group, you're a collective, you're an entity. You're a ball of energy. I've got nothing else. So the boys obviously work with some choreographers who I believe are Kieran and Claudemar. Hey queens. Good to see you. The final performance song they actually do is Bruno Mars's Finesse. And straight off the bat, it's like the rap start, the boys start high-fiving each other, the energy is uplifted, everyone's having a good time. It feels very nicely choreographed as well. You know, there isn't too much of trying to make it a dance group. Kieran and Claudemar will probably tell you they're working with mostly non-dancers, so it's really difficult to try and put a performance piece together with people that don't look great dancing. But for now, it's very difficult to do that in, you know, 24 hours or 48 hours, however long they had to prepare. But the piece was great. The high-fiving, the energy of the lads, everyone was really, really great. Unfortunately, though, we do have to say goodbye to 2 of the boys, which leaves us with 5 boys left in the boy band category. Talis, Lee, ZK, Adam, and Casey. Those are the 5 finalists of the boys that are being put into the boy band category to go forward, I guess, into what I would assume would be the competition part of who is going to win the ultimate prize. I had such a great time watching this. The mixed group is up next. I will be doing a review on that episode as well, and that will be coming very shortly to YouTube. That's all from me today. We're going to be looking at the mixed group and doing another Luview on that, but for now, it's going to have to be kisses and cuddles from me. Mwah, mwah. Hashtag LuLuLove, join the Luniverse, click subscribe, comment on this video, give it a massive thumbs up, tell your friends, tell your family, tell everyone to come and see me. Remember that I have got a podcast coming out in the next coming weeks, talking about all things in my Luniverse, my stories, and my crazy antics that I probably shouldn't tell, but beep boop. Check out the Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok, and I will see you all incredibly soon. Mwah. Love you.